The night was far from over, but for Chanty Brescia Dixon, it should have been a simple ride home after a long shift. At 30, a devoted mother of two, Chanty had spent hours performing at the Sunset Strip Club in Indianapolis, working late into the early morning to provide for her 13-year-old son and 10-year-old daughter. She left the club around 3:30 a.m., ordering an Uber that would take her the short distance back to the safety of her home, or so she thought. Francisco Valadez, the man behind the wheel, was not just any driver. At 29, he would soon transform an ordinary ride into a scene that would haunt Chanty's family forever. As the car moved through the dark streets, a moment that should have been uneventful erupted into a nightmare. Within those few minutes, the ordinary trust placed in a rideshare driver would shatter, and Chanty's life was violently taken. The events of that morning were almost unthinkable. What began as a routine drive ended with Chanty being shot inside the very vehicle she had entered for safety. Her body, stripped of dignity, was later found in a secluded wooded area near her home, discovered by family who had grown alarmed when she failed to return. The horror of that night didn't just leave a void in the lives of her children and loved ones. It sent a wave of disbelief through an entire community, raising questions about trust, safety, and the vulnerability of those working late hours. Chanty's story is not just a tragedy of one night. It is a stark reminder of the dangers that can exist in the most routine moments. It forces us to consider the fragile balance between trust and vulnerability, and the terrifying consequences when that balance is shattered. As we recount the life and death of Chanty Dixon, consider this. Have you ever felt unsafe after a late-night ride? What would you do in her place? That simple question underscores the stakes, the fear, and the reality that a routine choice, calling an Uber, can sometimes carry unimaginable risk. And while this introduction only scratches the surface, the full story of Chanty's life, her courage, and the circumstances of her death reveal a haunting truth about human cruelty and the fragility of safety we often take for granted. She was raising two children, a 13-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter, single-handedly providing for them and ensuring their lives remained as stable and secure as possible. To her, being a mother wasn't just a role, it was her identity. Her cousin described her as a mother first, someone whose love for her children shaped every choice she made. To support her